Okay, see, we're siphoning the petrol out of this. And what I've done, I've already taken, but I decided to film this for you. Watch. See that? That's pure water coming out of the tank. So, yeah. Dan, can you see that? That's pure water. You can drink it. Dan has filled up petrol somewhere. And all he got in his tank is pure water. He's always going to that same service station. Oh, you see that? You see the crystal clear water? It doesn't smell. That won't burn. That's so safe, it won't burn. Anyway, I have to stop because it's siphoning into the thing. This is a Mitsubishi Triton that came up to me. This car was having problems. So I'll give him the third cylinder wasn't working, the fourth cylinder wasn't working. And what it generally is this, which is in. All right. Watch this when I blow the fuel out. See that? Almost mud. Can you see the fuel? Hmm? See how much? And what's happened is he's got water in his tank too, and you can see the water bubbles in there. See the water bubbles in his fuel? Yeah. Okay. Somewhere, somehow, if you go to a service station and you can see the pump pumping fuel into the service station, it's going to agitate all that dirt and water at the bottom. They fill up, you're going to end up with this problem. See the problem? You can see it. You can see all the dirt, the dust, etc. Now, he couldn't figure out what's going on. I instantly suspected it's a problem. You also get problems like this. If you get a fuel tank and you're one of those people who has no money, right? If you're one of these people who has no money and you always like put $5 or $10 into it and drive around till it's finished, right? And it's always running on empty, your tank, always you will get rust in your tank. This water tank has water in this. So this fuel tank has water in it. I have to literally take it out and pump every drop out and clean it. But you can see the rust, the micron, the filters. These filters are half micron filters. Just look at that. See how dirty it is? This is how dirty. As far as I'm concerned, don't ever buy E10. It's a waste of time and waste of money, but that's up to you if you want to buy it. All right. He couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. He thought it was a bad car or a shit car, if I can say it, yeah. But this is the problem. You see now. You see more rust? This is what's come in his tank. Now, it doesn't matter if he replaces his fuel filter. It's not going to do anything. He literally has to completely empty his fuel tank and put new fuel in. And what you do, make sure when you go to a service station, see that service station. If your car starts driving funny at that service station, never go back there again, because a lot of them put water in there. Especially if you got something like E10, you can put water, and the water and the alcohol will mix together. But there you see, look at that. There's some more. More. Mind you, this filter's only 2 weeks old. I might do another video of when I siphon the so-called petrol out. Well, you can see. Never always fill up your tank, because when the tank is full, all right. When the tank is full, there's no air in it. If you're running it on empty all the time, you get air in the top areas and it starts to rust out. Now, in general, I've had trucks come in before in fuel tanks. What I do is I get a piece of plate and I welded all around. Yeah. Like what I do is I get a plate. I'll just use. What I do is I get a plate. I weld it all, tack it around. But unless you're a fantastic welder, which I'm not, right? Then what I do is just fill it with lead. Get the lead sticks, fill it with lead, and it's sealed. I've had guys who've had semi trailers and their tanks rusted out. All we did is weld a plate, and once we welded the plate, we filled it with lead. You're not gonna get more than 20 pounds pressure in a tank. What happens when you turn on your car is a computer puts 20 pounds of pressure in your tank and holds it. If that 20 pounds of pressure doesn't hold, right, it sends you a check engine, not a flashing, just check engine. Usually, most of the times when you get a check engine light, just take your fuel cap off and put it on back tight. Inspect. If you're still going to take it off and inspect it, and if you see the seal around it is all cracked and stuff, because that's what all cars do. All cars, what they do is they put 20 pounds of pressure, and then if it doesn't keep that 20 pounds of pressure in the tank, you get a check engine light. And 9 out of 10 check engine lights come from your fuel tank or something that's stupid. And this is a classic case of he couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. He changed to what do you call them, the coils, and that didn't solve the problem. He changed his spark plugs as well, but I knew that wasn't the problem. I knew straight away that the problem. I knew straight away that the problem was bad fuel. I've had cars that come in. A guy went into a service station and filled up $50 worth of fuel and ended up with $50 worth of water. All right. This tank has to be completely cleaned out. I don't know if I'll remove it or not. I'll see if I can clean it. But I might make another video. But here, again, I'll show you. You can see it. That's supposed to be pure fuel, clean. Again, it goes in there. Yeah. See the amount of dirt. See the water too. See the water? See the water in the filter? In there? You can see the droplets of water. That's about all I could say to you. You can see it. There shouldn't be any water in this fuel tank. Let's do that again. More water coming out. So again, he wasn't given. The only thing he was given is number 4 cylinder not firing properly, misfire, and also number 3, and then it swapped from 3 to 4. And what I did, I told him check the filter, and when we took the filter out, you could see the water come out. And what can I say? Be careful what service. Never ever buy E10. You can buy it. That's cool. Some people think I'm talking crazy stuff, but that's not my problem. You want to buy it, you buy it. Simply because if you've got E10, it's alcohol. You can do it yourself. Get a liter bottle of fuel, put in about 10% water. You'll see the water drop to the bottom, right? The fuel on the top. Add alcohol and shake it. And the water and the alcohol will mix together. And that tends to rust your tank. It also tends to rust your fuel lines. And you get a whole lot of problems. That's why I never buy E10. Even if that car can take E10, you're not really saving any money. I'm not saying all petrol station owners are crooks. Some of them are, right? I might make another video, but I don't need to. You can see the problem in the fuel filter. Now that tank is going to be full of water. He couldn't figure it out. He was going to dump the car, a perfectly good car. Anyway, goodbye. Okay, here you can look inside. This is the primary filter. That's a return. That one there returns the fuel back. That's a primary filter. Look how chocked up the primary filter is. You only blow it out. You don't have to replace it. They're very, very expensive. Don't disconnect this hose. You're just going to break it. There you can go on the inside. Can you see all the muck on the inside of this? Yeah. He has to pull out his tank. You have to give it a really, really good clean and put it back together because they've been selling water for quite a while now. And because this guy keeps his tank full, he never noticed until it was sort of half full with water on top. He reached half tank and the car wouldn't start with him anymore. That all has to be cleaned out. Look at it. Put some light into it. Yeah, be careful. Whenever you go to a service station, fill up all the way. That's my advice. And drive it close to empty. Then, if it gives you any problem with the car, never go to that service station again. I repeat that again. This is quite a costly. That's his pump there. There's look at all that shit. I have to take that filter off and clean it. That has to be clean. Okay, thank you. Goodbye.